Alright, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the GSP podcast. Today we have with us. What are we calling him?
Junior.
Okay.
Dude,
So, first question is, where are you from?
yo soy dominicano, yo nací en Millennium, pero duré un par de años viviendo allá en Loma Cabrera, República Dominicana.
You been in Jersey your whole life, or you moved around?
Yeah, I moved around here everywhere, bro, all the way from Jersey, Virginia, Wilmington, a todo lot.
Growing up, where did where was the main place that you resided?
To Jersey.
I was close to New York. Did you ever go out there?
Say again, bro?
You been to New York back and forth, or you kind of just stayed in
Oh,
Jersey?
yeah. Nah. Like, I grew up in the Bronx, yeah, South Bronx. So I was like 13, I think it was. 13, 14 around there. So I went to elementary school and middle school in the Bronx. And then when we moved to Jersey, I think I did 1 year in middle school and then I went straight to high school.
Okay. What up, Lasagna? Welcome. So, how were you in school? Aside from grades, we can get to that, but how were you, your personality? Had a lot of friends, class
Yeah, I had a lot of
clown?
friends. Yeah, I had a lot of friends. I don't think I was class clown. I was more, yeah, I had a lot of friends. I was pretty popular. I knew everyone, a little bit of everyone, bro. I was known by everybody because in the part of, in elementary school, I don't even remember, bro. I'm burnt out, bro, to be honest. But I could tell you, like, from high school on, in elementary school, all I did was smoke, middle school, all I did was smoke a lot of weed and cut a lot of class and fight a lot. Because, I don't know, you from New York?
Yeah.
So like, if you're around my age, around the time that we was coming up, eso es lo que se hacía, fumar pila de hierba y pelear con los morenos. Because there wasn't a lot of Dominicans in my school. There really wasn't. Todos los Dominicanos, they were there, but they were in a different section of the school. So en la escuela que yo iba, bro, it was a war every day, bro. Peleando todos los días con los morenos.
So, aside from who you were, how were the grades? Were you, because a lot of us skipped school and stuff like that. So, we were smart kids, but that didn't really show up on paper because we weren't around. So,
Exactly. Eso mismo iba a decir yo. Que, yeah, we was always smart, pero como uno estaba always in classes, trying to be with the older people in the street. It didn't really reflect on my grades, but whenever I was there, I used to get B's and C's, so a little bit of A, depending on the class. So like history, I used to get A's all around, all the way through high school, because I always been to a lot of stuff like that, like history. Pero with math, tú sabes que yo ni ponía atención a esta vaina.
so skipping school, was it, because a lot of kids do it, whether nowadays it's bullying, back in the days it was, hang with girls, whether it's chill with our friends, or a lot of the times it was because we were in some deep shit. What was your reasoning for, for trying to, for trying to escape that environment?
Bro, I don't really like to point fingers. I always like to keep myself accountable. So I'm gonna say both versions. It's because I want to skip class, but the real reason was that I feel like it. That's not me not putting accountability on myself. It's because mi mamá sabía cómo estaba la calle de Picante. So whenever we were off, I'm a first generation. So you know that our parents just came from DR, so yo no conocía. Yo lo que veía era pila de delincuencia en el Bronx en los 90. So mi mamá didn't want me to go outside, bro. She didn't let us go outside at all. So since I couldn't go outside with all my days off from school, I wanted to be outside whenever I was in school. Entonces that's what led me to cut class, and that's what led everything. Like eso fue lo que empezó todo. Like I wanted to be outside. Entonces as soon as you have a little taste of being outside, it's bro. Como que dicen que ya cuando uno se pierde en la calle, once you get that little taste, bro, you just no going back.
Describe a day outside for Junior in that time.
Me, walk to school, Willie Mari,
Yeah, pero
and they say,
you know that I wasn't about that life at that time. At
I
that
don't know.
time, tú,
Yeah.
tú te desacatabas solo.
Walk to school, Willie Mari and Isani. And yeah, trying to fight people off because people was always trying to fight. Literally walking to school, walking home, literally, and yeah, putting up to the class, seeing my boys. ¿Y qué es lo que vamos? No nos vamos. Vámonos para el Carlito. Well, we used to pull up on Carlito. He used to be a Puerto Rican friend of ours. I haven't seen him since then. Pero I remember que siempre me decía, yo soy allá de las dos tetas. En Puerto Rico, yo soy allá de la montaña de la teta. I don't know what that is,
Me neither.
pero to my Puerto Rican people,
They'll
y'all know what I'm
what's up.
talking about.
So here's my thing, right? So a lot of it sounds like, you had to grow up fast. Do you feel like you missed out on like any part of your childhood, like having to go through that because you had to be in such a defensive state and kind of be at war?
Oh yeah, because I was coming up when I was in middle school. This is me talking about middle school. I was at home with my parents, so I really didn't know the outside world like that. So that was something new to me. Because in public school, los chamaquitos todavía, they don't really be fighting like that. I mean, I did get in a lot of fights over there, pero it was over people trying to bully you, like, oh, you don't got this, I got this. Yeah.
So at
Uno
what
se tuvo que
point?
ser un hombrecito.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like at what point did things like calm down, get normal, or because it sounds like everything was hectic. Like, was there like
It was hectic.
was there any time where things would just chill for shit 6 months,
Yeah.
a year, like?
Nah, bro, like, loco, nosotros peleábamos, loco, todos los días, saliendo de la escuela, bro. It got bad, it got so bad, que un pana mío, Helio, loco, his name is Helio, he's from Grand Concourse, para allá abajo. Loco, le dieron una golpiza, loco, que I was the one that used to live as closest to the school, and I had to, like, whenever I saw him, because cuando yo llegué, when I was coming out of class, ya le habían dado la golpiza, so I had to drag him to my house, and we had to call the ambulance.
Was that like a breaking point for you guys? Because I feel like watching something like that as a kid would, make you either want to get out the street, start beefing, want to get revenge. Like it would be a breaking point for a lot of people to make certain decisions or to really grow up fast, as some people say.
Yeah, I mean, we were definitely beefing with those little kids that were with los chamaquitos. We were beefing with them. But after that, I think we moved to the project. After that thing we moved to the projects on Webster Ave.
Webster.
Yeah, entonces my mom took us out of school and put us in private school,
No, it wasn't private. It was Catholic school.
Catholic school. Yeah, it's private. It's all in private, yeah.
So was it too late at that point that
Yeah,
already
it
too
was
much happened?
It was too late, bro. I already had my friends. I mean, I wasn't cutting as much class because I had to be dropped off at schools. Yeah, I wasn't cutting as much class because when you go to private school, tú sabes que te está pagando una moña para esa vaina. Pero yo no maduré 1 year in private school because loco, I was too far gone, bro. I didn't even want to do my class. I didn't want to do nothing, bro. All I was thinking about was estando en la calle, fumando hierba.
And high school, were you still in New York or did you move?
Yeah, high school I was in Jersey. Ahí cuando yo estaba en Jersey. Ahí fue que la vaina se puso worse. I mean, it got better. When I was in Jersey, it got better. Yeah, they got better in Jersey because in Jersey, uh, eh, había, estaban los Trini, estaban los DDP, they were beefing. Pero como, a mí nunca, like, I was never into that gang stuff. I was always into getting money. So, todos los panas míos, loco, todos los panitas míos que we were at in fifth grade together, no, in eighth grade together, because I did 1 year in eighth grade over there in Jersey. Todos los panas míos que we were in eighth grade together in high school se estaban matando de que no, yo soy DDP, no, yo soy popote, no, yo soy, so, se estaban a machetazo dándose. Y yo en el medio, loco, cojan los suaves y nosotros jugamos pelota allí, that type of shit. Ya tú sabes, but it did get better as far as, well, not the weed, because once I started smoking weed, it came over. Estaba fumando pileta yet. But as far as like the fighting, like I wasn't fighting as much no more. I was more about getting money. Like ahí fue que yo empecé a ver, like, yo, because in that part of Jersey, bro, there's hella heads out there, bro. A lot of crackheads. I don't know if you understand the term of heads.
Yeah, I've been out there.
And yeah. So I don't know about now, but back in the day, it was a lot. So I made a couple friends que they were about getting money, entonces I was put on. But once I seen like, yo, you can make, X amount of money in an hour, yo dije, bueno, de aquí soy yo, and then, yeah, bro, that's what it was.
So
I was doing that, but I was still going to school. I was doing that, but I was still going to school, and I'm getting good grades. I was playing football. Y ya tú sabes, pero yo estaba in the side, I was still doing that, like in the street. Y yeah.
So going back a little bit, because talking to you now, like I see a lot of it is, providing and just getting to it. What kind of shaped you into that person? Like, were there incidents here, back in the country, with the family that made it to where money was the goal? Because a lot of people, they can get into the streets and they get too deep into the shit. Some niggas just want bitches, just some people just want blood. Like, what made it to where money was your route?
What the pivot point in my life that made money my thing was every summer when I used to live in New York, we used to go to my grandma's house. Entonces, like, since I'm the oldest, tú sabes, they used to make me work in construction. They didn't make me. I used to want, like, yo me iba a trabajar en construcción with my uncles, y con el primo mío, con Gaby y con tío Rafael. Me iba a trabajar en construcción, bro. He used to pay me, like, bro, I used to spend the whole day mezclando cemento, loco, con una pala. And the nigga used to pay me like a man, bro. I was 12, 13 years old, making $700, $600 a week back in the day. Tú sabes que es una moña.
That's a fact.
Ahora no. Yeah, entonces, imagínate you 13 years old making $600, $700 a week.
So
how you not gonna afford?
So what was it that kind of drew you to that? Because a lot of the times it is the money, but there's sometimes it's watching your family put in that hard work. Like, yeah, the reward is there, but it's like, was it the money and what you could do with it, or did you take apart? Was that also part of the pivot too, or was it just that reward of your job?
Well, when I was coming up, my pops was always working. So I'm guessing you could correlate that, like, I came up thinking que el hombre tiene que trabajar all the time. Mm-hmm. And then me, when I was old enough to work, I thought I was already working. Yeah, I was already working. So I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, that's all you knew.
I don't know, maybe.
You didn't know
that's
nothing
all
different.
I saw. Yeah, exactly. I see, I ain't nothing else. El primo mío tenía su compañía de construcción. That's all I saw him do. Get money that way. Tío mío, like, that's all I saw. Niggas getting money. Todos los tíos míos, they all get money. So, I mean, yeah.
So,
probably, yeah.
I'm gonna throw a scenario out and just let me know if it correlates to your lifestyle. Were you put in a position to where, I'm not sure if you are the oldest or not, but where you had to kind of take care of siblings, friends around, you had to kind of take that role of responsibility young?
Not really, because my mom was always home taking care of us. So I didn't really have that. The only time I had that sense of like having to protect was whenever we was in New York, walking to school. Like, bro, that ass. Like, we used to walk to school y había que pelear, loco. Esos chamaquitos, you walking, te dan una trompa y a fajarse a pelear. You ain't had no other option. That's all it was.
So leaving the home every time you left the home is when you
Every
had to
time.
get on defense.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's
New
crazy because
Jersey.
now, as I was telling this shit earlier, I see everything. I see like everything like we in war, bro. Shit out here, and it might not be the case. I don't know if it is or not, but that's how I see it. Like tú haces un paso en falso, you could get anything could happen to you out here in these streets because that's how it is.
So let me see, because I'm trying to think. So what led you to being a family man? You know, like whether
Yeah,
wanting to be that protector, provider as a father, or you know, because sometimes it's not just being a father. You know, it could be that uncle, that brother, that be a protector. But you know, what kind of led you to want to be a family man per se?
that's what I saw growing up. See my pop, whether for good or for bad. I'm not gonna say we perfect, and I'm not. But that's all I saw. I saw him taking care of the family. That's the example that I saw. My pop, doing his thing with us. No matter whether he was doing his thing or not. I mean, that's what I really saw.
Because I guess the question I was trying to lead into is, who was a key figure in your life? A key figure in what is either a quote or, a scenario, or not scenario, or a situation that you've been through that, kind of still sticks with you to where it molded who you were, and then it kind of molded the man that you became.
I mean, yeah, it's just I grew up around so many men that no me conseja, loco. I ended up where I'm at because I'm a hard headed as fuck. Because like it really wasn't just one person. Because as far as like my work ethic, I think I get some of that from my pops because he is a hard worker. But as far as like what I know from construction, I got that from my uncle Rafael. Entonces like most of the street stuff that I know, whenever I was exposed to like whenever I mean I was always exposed to like to to all the stuff out here, pero I feel like it was heightened cuando yo empecé like to every summertime when I used to go out to my uncle. Because ese loco me llevaba like I can't even say it because it's just illegal because I was underage,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, I used to go to some crazy spots with my uncle, bro. Like that's just crazy, like. Like,
yeah.
I still think back into the day. I'm like, damn, bro, I used to do this with my uncle. Holy shit.
Yeah, and I ask this just because a lot of people don't look at things this way. A lot of people do try to take the easy way out. A lot of people do, try to take from other people, and they still try to justify it as they're still being a man. That's why I'm asking like what that's why I asked like certain key figures, certain things, because a lot of people need to hear this stuff, because they try to normalize the fact that a lot of people can just get away with technically doing nothing. And it's like they don't have that ethic, that base of hard work, or nobody wants to work for it anymore. They expect it to be handed. So it's
Yeah.
really good that there's still people out there that are willing to work for what they want. So you as an
This
adult, right? Who can you say that you are today? Whether it's hobbies, whether whatever you feel comfortable saying, but who can because a lot of us men, we live, and I don't mean to get on a tangent, but a lot of us men live for other people, whether it's protecting people, whether it's adjusting to make other people happy, to where a lot of people forget who they are, and they have an identity crisis eventually. because it's like you've been spending so many years living for other people, you don't even know what you want to do anymore. Or you don't know who you are. You look in the mirror and you're who other people created. You know, you're not you. So it's like, who can you say that you are? What are the things that you notice that you love about yourself?
Well, today, I'm 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 a family man, bro. And I'm proud to say that. Like right now, the stigma, it's a big stigma. I don't think it's yeah, it's a stigma saying that oh, he's a family man, he's a good man. Que lo cogen de pendejo. A lot of people look at it like that, but I don't look at it like that. I look at myself as a family man because literally that's what I do, bro. Yo soy un tigre trabajador. I stay out the way, get my money, and try to be there for my kids more. If my father was out was there for us, I want to be two times more to my kids than what my father was. And I'm not saying that my father was bad or nothing like that. I'm just saying whatever my dad gave to me, being a first generation, trying to learn the system out here. I'm from here. I kind of know the system. I know how shit works, so I'm able to give more to my kids. So I can have that knowledge. Like, oh, pa jugar pelota, okay. Vamos, instead of you having to go back to DR, vamos a ver cómo los gringos lo hacen. Stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a family man. I like riding bikes. I like shooting. I like hunting. I like fishing. Loco, me gusta de todo. I do a little bit of everything, After everything is paid off, y se puede hacerlo, se hace. Míralo, pero es una receta. But yeah, man, I consider myself as a family man, and I'm proud to say that. But what Luis said, there's a lot of people that they're kind of lost, or not even lost. It's just everything is so messed up nowadays, bro. Okay, you can't even be a family man no more, bro. It's not. It's set up for you to fail. For you to have kids, a la mujer le conviene mejor to soltar tipo en banda, be on her own. Put the nigga in child support. 3 or 4 kids, put him in child support. Hope and pray he pays child support. And yeah, it's messed up right now. So I'm proud to say I'm a family man. Un tigre tranquilo. I'm not half the guy, I'm not even a quarter of a person who I used to be, bro. Before, I don't even like, I don't like talking about myself like that. Oh, yo soy el más bravo now.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm not that person no more.
So we're gonna get into 3 messages, right? So your first message goes for your younger self. If you could say anything to that child growing up, that had to protect these people, that you understand that, yeah, shit was crazy, shit was fun, but you did kind of lose a lot of that childhood in those situations. So you as yourself now, what can you say to that younger self?
Hey, my boy went deep with it. Hey. Yeah, now look, I will say that's kind of hard to think about that one. But no, but I'm gonna keep it light. Now I would say to listen, because bro, by nature, and that's why we might be having. I think all 3 of us. Be careful. I think all 3 of us. I can't speak for Freddie, probably Freddie too. But all 3 of us, look, we hard-headed as fuck. We all hard-headed.
So
I think I might be the most hard-headed one from all of them. But I'm hard-headed, so I never like to listen. I always like, si yo digo que yo voy a pasar por ahí, yo voy por ahí. Entonces I think that's something good that led me to where I'm at today. But it's bad because if I would have listened to a lot of things, and I would have probably been in another place. And I don't know. I don't regret where I'm at now in life because I'm doing good.
So
I really am doing really well for myself.
So my thing is, because you know that person, that child, that struggle that you went through, and just everything entirely. so you can see him in front of you. My thing is like, what would you tell him? Would you hug him? Would you tell him things are gonna be okay? That he was doing the right, wrong thing? You know, like, would what is your message to to that younger self? Because I get
I mean, I
listen, but
would.
it's like he's right in front of you. You know, so how are you
I mean,
reacting?
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I just tell them to listen to what everyone's telling you. That it's for a good reason. And yeah, man, that's the only way. That's the only thing I would tell myself. Like, hey, listen to what they telling you because it's for the greater good. I never. People used to tell me things. They used to go in through one ear and go through out another.
Okay,
That's all. Like, because everything else, like, every decision that I made, I've always made it, like, like knowing that that was the best thing to do at the moment.
that's a fact. All right,
Yeah.
so you being who you are now, and you having that person that you just said all that stuff to as a child, you understanding that there's a future you that's coming. What's your message to the future Junior, the one that, because he gonna come around and you gonna have to answer some questions to him. But like, what do you have to say to that future version of yourself? Because you know what type of lifestyle you want. You know what you're working towards. You know where it's all gonna end. So, you know, what do you have to say to him?
So my future self, hopefully, my future self, we want to be. I am kind of at where I wanted to be at from 5 years ago. I mean, we are because we're a unit, and I'm talking about like my family. So like my immediate family, not like exterior. So my immediate family, we kind of at where we wanted to be. So hopefully we did do what we wanted to do, and we're at where we were supposed to be. And if that works out, which is going to, we're gonna be good. Vamos a estar chilling. Él me va a estar agradeciendo. Gracias, loco, por tirar esos pasos que tiraste, and for always believing in yourself. Because that's something that's hard, bro. A lot of people, I've noticed that a lot of people are afraid to fail, so that's why they limit themselves to things that they can do. A lot of people, bro. I talk to a lot of people every day. I'm here in my office. I'm a truck driver, so that's all we do, just talk. So I talk to a lot of people every day. I'm not gonna name no names. There's a lot of people I talk to, bro. Okay, they have a lot of potential, and they limit themselves because they're scared. So hopefully, I could tell my future self, like, thank you for not being scared, because there's a lot of decisions that me myself, I think about it too much to not do them, even though eventually I'm still gonna do them because, como te digo, a mí no me tiene el pulso para tomar las decisiones, but I'm gonna be thanking myself to answer your question. Thanking myself for doing what I needed to do.
So, my third question, well, your third message is family and friends. So I understand you're still working, things are going the way they're going, but nonetheless, you have people that depend on you, love you. It's not just family, it's not just your children, it's a unit, like you said, it's a whole. Because, you guys all work together, whether it's at work, whether it's at home. So it's like, what do you have to say to just your unit, the people that you hold close?
I mean, I hold my whole family close. At the end of the day, my whole family has my family, everyone. Like, if they call me, bro, I'm gonna be there. Like, no matter what, it doesn't matter if I have to go to jail behind that. I stand on that. But to my immediate unit families, that I love them, bro. I love all my family. Even though I might not tell my family every day, yo, I love you, but I love you, bro. I love
Oh,
y'all.
I love you
And
too.
oh, look at you.
So cute.
No, but for real, I love my family, bro. Like, you look at my WhatsApp status, it says family. I think it says family over everything or something like that. Or family first. But yeah, bro, I'm a family guy, loco. Just mi familia. I look at it like that, bro. Like, yeah, I love my family. I love my kids. I love Stephanie. Tú
Shout
sabes,
out to
estamos aquí,
Steph.
aquí. You know, I'm my family, local, so what I have to tell them is, I'm gonna be back from work and we're about to go have some fun. That's what we do.
Okay.
I come from work, we have some fun. Some days more than others. Go play
So
some baseball. We're gonna go fishing. We're gonna go ride bikes, ride motorcycles. Eso es lo que hacemos. So I'll be back. I'll be back in a few hours.
I fuck with it. So if you could take all the doubt away, there's no hope, so there's no if, ands, or but. If you could wake up tomorrow and things could just be your way, the bank account looks however you want it, everybody's taken care of, you don't have to spend no money, everything's good. What does your house look like? What is the view, the cars? Like what is a day in your life looking like waking up? You don't have to work. You own businesses. You know, what is a day in just your paradise?
That's where I'm at right now, my boy. Like I know that I'm working, and I know that I don't. Como te digo, cars and stuff. I've always seen that as material stuff. But like, if I want whatever car I want, I could just go get it. It's not like I can't. I'm limiting myself. Not saying that you can. Oh, I want a Bugatti. I could go get it. But I'm just saying, like, if I want any type of car, Mercedes, anything, I know that I could just go get it, and I'm gonna make it work. And I already got a house. I already know what it is to have a business. So I believe I'm there. I'm not trying to sound content because I have other things in motion, but I believe I'm there, bro, like for real. Because sometimes we get caught up thinking on like what's next, and I had to learn that sometimes we just have to sit down and smell the flowers. Sit down, smell the flowers, even if you're not in the situation you want to be in, because life is never going to be perfect. Life is never going to be happy. You're never going to be like, oh, I'm happy, I feel happy. No, you're always going to be thinking about like, oh, what's next? Hay que trabajar. Let's bust these moves. But sometimes you just have to take a step back and be like, look around and be like, oh shit, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or there's people across the world that don't have this. So I tengo que agradecerle a Papá Dios.
Pero Junior, si tú te puedes levantar mañana sin tener que pensar en eso, tú dices, oh, mañana cuando yo me levante, tú tienes la vida que you've always.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm living.
Like without thinking about stress or anything, you're waking up tomorrow morning and you don't have to go to work. You have the whole day you could spend with your family. Like, what does that look like to you? Like, what are y'all gonna be doing? I don't know.
Nosotros fishing, riding bikes. Okay, that's the thing. I'm so ingrained into working and getting it. Like, that is part of my life. I do not see myself not working. So that's what I'm saying. I'm living that life right now. Even if I didn't have to work, it's just I don't see myself not doing nothing. I had to be doing something. So whether because everything is work. I don't understand. Like, I might not be understanding the question. It's just
no, you're good. You're good.
No. So basically, where I was getting at is just like if you had a dream house, would it be a 1-story, 2-story, 5 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you have a garage? What kind of car would you? Would you?
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
That's basically where.
Yeah. Sí, no, loco. I have a couple type bars. I mean, I already got a little Civic que está arreglando. I got my little Ford. Like, I'm simple, loco. A mí me gustan los carros viejos. Simple man. Me gustan los carros viejos. I mean, of course, a ver. I mean, I will have the car that I will have. I mean, I will have like a 10-car garage.
Tú ves.
Let me. I was going through a deep ass place. You had me all the way to the other side of the ocean, deep as fuck.
Come up for air.
Yo estaba ya metido, entonces me quiere sacar de ahí la crema.
Loco, no tiene que saber cómo respirar a veces.
No, pero está todo. Espera, let me readjust myself. Estoy llegando aquí a tirar esta gasolina. Pues no, I'll have like a 10-car garage. 10-car garage. I really don't care about nothing else. Like as long as I have a big ass garage,
Of
tengo por lo
course.
menos. I mean, DRZ 400. I already got it. I mean, I guess I want a Husqvarna or Ducati supermoto. Uh, yeah, un par de
Um,
carritos heavy, un Supra de los 90, un Civic EG. I'm building one right now, so a Civic EG. Y ya, par de proyectos. Que I love so many cars. Yeah.
that's good.
Tú me preguntas a mí de carro, loco. Yo quiero todos los carros, todito. What cars you want, todito?
All right. So, do you have any brands, labels, companies, channels, anything that you support, stand for, or that's yours that you would like to shout out?
I mean, Level 5 Construction, tú sabes, estamos activos. Pero, nah, not really. I stand, I stand for the Martinez family, the Venturas, Collado. We out here. And anybody in my family ever need something, they already know they could reach out. Si hay que dar, bust some heads up there. We here,
Okay.
we out here. But, sí, loco, tú sabes.
Alright, so on that note, we're gonna end the podcast here. Well, the interview, sorry.